Have you ever felt completely broken? Like every dream you once had has disappeared into thin air? Like the world is moving forward and you're stuck in place, watching everyone else live the life you imagined for yourself? This is the story of Aarav, a story about failure, hope, and discovering that even broken things can still move forward. Even broken clocks can still tick. Aarav grew up in a small town. His father worked in a tiny shop, his mother stayed at home, and he had a younger sister who adored him. From a young age, Aarav dreamed big. He wanted to study, excel, and make his family proud. Every night, he would sit by the dim light of his desk lamp, writing down his dreams in a notebook, imagining a life full of opportunities, happiness, and success. But life, as it often does, didn't follow his plans. When Aarav was just 18, his father became seriously ill. Hospital bills piled up faster than they could earn, and the small savings they had disappeared overnight. Aarav tried to focus on his studies, but every morning brought a new worry, a new burden. He failed his first major exam. He failed again. And finally, the small job he had taken to help pay bills was gone too. One by one, it felt like his life was crumbling. Dreams that once burned brightly in his chest now felt like cold ashes. Every morning, Aarav woke up tired, not tired from work, but tired of hope itself. He began thinking maybe he wasn't meant for success. Maybe he was just unlucky. Maybe he was broken. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Aarav stopped trying. He stopped believing. He stopped moving forward. Life for him became a series of empty routines. Wake up, survive, go back to sleep, repeat. And deep down, he hated himself for it. One rainy evening, Aarav walked home through empty streets, lost in thought. The rain soaked his clothes, but he didn't notice. His mind was consumed by failure, by fear, by regret. That's when he noticed a small, dusty shop tucked between two buildings. The sign above the door read, "Clock Repair, Old and New." Curious, he walked inside. Hundreds of clocks of all shapes and sizes lined the walls. Some ticked slowly. Some had stopped years ago. Some were shiny and new. Others scratched and cracked. Behind the counter sat an old man, hunched over a tiny clock, carefully adjusting its gears. Aarav watched quietly for a moment before asking, "Why do you still repair these old clocks? Wouldn't it be easier to sell new ones?" The old man looked up, his eyes calm and kind. "Most people throw things away when they stop working perfectly," he said. "But I believe if something still ticks, it still has a purpose." He picked up a cracked, faded clock and held it gently. "This one is broken. Its glass is cracked. The hands wobble. But listen. Tick, tick, tick. It may not be perfect. It may be slow, but it is still moving. And as long as it moves, I will not give up on it." Those words pierced Aarav's heart. That clock, it was him. Slow, imperfect, scratched by life, but still moving. That night, Aarav couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about the old man and the broken clock. If something still ticks, it still has a purpose. Could it be that he had been too quick to declare himself broken? Could it be that being alive, being capable of trying, was reason enough to keep going? For the first time in months, Aarav felt a spark. It was small, fragile, but it was there. He realized that being tired, being hurt, failing, didn't mean he had to quit. All it meant was that he needed to start again, slowly, carefully, deliberately. The next morning, he didn't become a hero. He didn't suddenly solve all his problems, but he made one small decision. He would try again, just a little. He began studying 1 hour a day. He applied to small jobs. He helped his family when he could. Some days he felt strong, some days he felt useless again. But like that broken clock, he kept moving. Tick, tick, tick. Months passed. Every step forward was slow, almost imperceptible. There were moments he wanted to give up. There were nights when he cried silently, thinking he would never succeed. But he remembered the clock, and he kept going. Then life tested him again. Another exam failure, another rejection email, another door slammed shut in his face. Old Aarav would have quit. But this time, he told himself, I may be slow, but I am not stopped. Pain, he realized, wasn't a sign to stop. Pain was proof that he was alive, that he was still trying, that he was growing. 1 year later, Aarav passed his exams, not at the top of the class, not with medals or applause, but enough to move forward, enough to breathe freely again, enough to begin dreaming once more. He got a better job, he helped his family, he began planning a future he thought had vanished forever. And one day, he returned to the little clock shop, but it was closed. A neighbor told him the old man had passed away, still repairing clocks until the very end. Aarav stood there quietly, reflecting. The old man hadn't just been fixing clocks, he had been fixing people. And in that moment, Aarav understood the truth. Even broken things can still serve their purpose. Even broken people can still succeed. So if you're watching this now and you feel tired, lost, or behind everyone else, know this: you are not useless. You are not too late. You are not broken. You are just in a slow chapter of your story. And slow does not mean finished. As long as your heart beats, as long as you breathe, as long as you can try again, you still have purpose. Even broken clocks can still tick. And ticking means you are still in the game. So don't quit today. Rest if you must. Cry if you need, but don't stop. The world may only see the final success, but every silent struggle, every small step, every tick of the clock matters. One day, your slow steps will take you somewhere you never imagined. Just keep ticking.